Hello and welcome to how to do the kids stretch leggings with no elastic. So in order to start this pattern, you have to have all your pieces cut. This includes the leg pieces with the stretch going widthwise, your cuff pieces, and your band pieces for the waist. Once you get these cut, you're going to start by attaching the lace to the bottom of the cuff. So putting right face to right face, you are just going to pin and sew along that edge. For settings, you're going to be using a zigzag stitch, and your length is going to be 2 and your width is going to be 4 to sew these cuffs on. Here is what your sewn edge will look like once the excess is taken off. Step 2 is going to be to assemble both your pant legs individually. So right now, you're just going to line up the open edge right face to right face. Make sure all the points, like the point where the crotch will meet and the point where the lace meets the floral print, are lined up evenly, and pin all the way down. And then using the same stitch prior, you are going to sew down both those lengths. Once it's sewn down, it should look like this. And then just take one, turn it right side out, leave the other one inside out, and you're going to put the right side out one inside the inside out one, just like this. Then what you need to do is take both of those U shapes on each leg, line them up right face to right face evenly, and pin them together. A good way to make sure that they're even is to start in the middle where the seam is, and then work your way out toward both the edges of the U. Okay, and we're just going to keep using the same stitch that we were before, and you're going to go through those 2 layers all the way around that U shape. Okay, and then this is what your leggings will look like turned right side out. So you can just set those aside for now. And now we're going to work on the waistband. So we're going to lay our 2 waistband pieces right face to right face. And you're just going to sew along that angled edge. So pin and sew, and just do one angled edge for now. You are using your zigzag stitch with your special settings again, and then after you have finished that edge, you can trim off the excess so that it looks nice and pretty like this. And then you can go ahead and pin your other side and sew down that side as well. Okay. So, with your waistband sewn, you're actually going to attach your waistband to your leggings. So right now, what Paulina's doing is lining everything up properly. So your front seam and your back seam need to line up on the leggings. And then the side seams are actually going to be on the sides of your waists. So you want everything to be set like this, with your side seams that lay on your waist out to the right and left, and then the seams that lie along your crotch to be north and south. And once you get everything lined up the way you like it, you can begin pinning all the way around in a circle these 2 layers together. Once you have everything pinned, you're just going to sew in a circle these 2 layers together with your zigzag stitch. Once that portion of the waistband has been sewn, you can turn your leggings inside out for the next step. Okay, so the last step in assembling your waistband is going to be to fold it over so that wrong sides are facing wrong sides. And you want to make sure that the fold over is covering your zigzag stitch from earlier. And you're going to make sure that it's lined up all the way around. And once it's in a good spot, you can begin to pin that fold over down along the edge all the way around the waist. So she's putting in a generous amount of pins because we're not actually going to sew from the back side. We're going to sew our waistband down from the front. So since we covered up that zigzag stitch on the back side, once you quote-unquote stitch in the ditch on the right side, it will automatically sew in the back side, and it'll look really pretty from the outside too. So Paulina is just lining up her center point of her needle with the center of the ditch, and she's just going to continue the same zigzag stitch that we've been using all the way around the leggings. And as you go along, continue to take out those pins one by one. And here's the finished result from that process. It looks really clean and really professional. I hope you enjoyed this leggings tutorial. I hope you learned a lot, and happy sewing!